Okay, come on. Going live. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome once again to our Shabbat observance day. We always say, remember to guard the Shabbat day as Kadosh. And we'll get into that in a moment. Today is our 8th Unity Shabbat broadcast preview. It is March 19th. And this coming Wednesday is the new year, is the new months, is the new everything. Everything starts fresh with the passage of the beginning of spring, the Aviv, and all that brings. In the last Sabbath service, I did the spring ahead teaching, so you can always refer back to that. I'm going to touch a little bit on it today in our Unity meeting, in which we have 4 leaders of 4 different congregations. We're growing. We have 2 other elders in sight also to touch base with, and again, we have elders with us too, and we just got to be able to hook up with this Zoom and be with us on Friday nights also. We have Patricia and Gilbert, 2 of our elders, and I'd love to have them part of this broadcast as well. So, with that said, and we're going to go roughly till 11:25 or so, because we have to hook up on Your Arms to Israel. Your Arms to Israel, which is Yati, which is where we will be broadcasting from, and there'll be 2 messages being taught, myself and Shaliach Moshe will be teaching, and we'll see them all. We'll do the Brady Bunch screen where you'll see all of us together, and it should be good. The worship is good, and it's going to be nice and lengthy. So we're going to get a lot of different aspects: Torah reading, worship, and all the nice stuff. And we'll all be coming together, and it's a good thing. We pray for unity. We've always talked about unity, and now it's an opportunity for us to do something about the unity. And a lot of people, the old saying is, hey, either put up or shut up. Okay, here it is. So we want to make sure that we put our money where our mouth is and be part of a unity that promotes the true gospel message, the true Habesarah. And that includes what we're doing today, which is what we do every Shabbat, is observing it, guarding it. We guard Shabbat. We make sure that it is, what's that? Oh, Shabbat Shalom, Colette and William. Oh, man. From the hills of Wales. The Speaks. Good to see you guys. Amen and amen. So, in our brief little time together on this end of the deal, we want to welcome you and welcome all who are watching, and that's wonderful. And again, last week we did the spring ahead teaching. So if you were part of that, if not, it's good to catch up with some of our teachings, which are really interesting with regards to the Spica, which is the brightest star in the constellation of Virgo, and what bearing that star has upon the new year. So I'll just leave it at that. And let's see. Okay. Okie dokie artichoke. And what we do each week is we assemble as we can, virtually, hopefully in person soon. We'll see where that goes. And again, if you want to touch base with us, first, if you want to subscribe, please do so. Give us the old thumbs up from time to time. That's always nice. But you can text us at 718-219-5247, 718-219-5247. And you need no encouraging as far as touching base here. That's wonderful. I'm so glad you guys, and you're communicating with each other. This is some really cool stuff. So, and Beth Tefilah Messianic Congregation, it's P.O. Box 170384, 170384, Ozone Park 11417. If you want to communicate the old school way, and our old school is creaking at the knees a little bit, but we hope to come up with a better solution than that. But in the meantime, that's the snail mail, and we'd love to hear from you that way also, as well as the texting, and as well as the chats during the services. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And again, why Shabbat? And I say, why not Shabbat? No, but there's a higher authority that teaches us that first you go to the book of Exodus, the book of Shemot. Okay, the names of, okay, it says the eternal Yah blessed the Sabbath day, and he made it kadosh. He made it, he hallowed it. He didn't hollow it, he hallowed it. He made it kadosh. He made it set apart and distinct. And that's what he expects from us, to be distinct also, as we comprehend and embrace this gift of Shabbat, of rest and restoration, in which we stop, we come to a complete halt. We don't multitask. Shabbat is not a multitask day. It's a day that we come before his presence with singing, with praise, and with the idea of learning, with the idea of being taught Torah, to learn the ways and the instructions of Yah. That's what we're commanded to do. And we see, if you go ahead a couple of chapters to Shemot 31:13, I just want to make sure I'm not going. I tend to run off a little bit at the mouth, so I'm going. Hopefully, I got to go for like another 15 minutes, maybe tops, because we got to shift over to the other side. 31:13, in which the eternal Yah speaks to Moses, and he says to him, "Speak to the Bnei Israel, saying, above all, top priority, my Shabbatot, my Sabbaths, you shall keep, you shall shamar, you shall keep, yes, but it is you must guard them. You must, under lock and key, hold it close to the vest. The idea of shamar is that it is imperative that you treasure it and keep it in a safe place in your heart and in your mind. Okay? Where your heart is, that's where your treasure is. And our treasure, one of our treasures is the maintenance of Shabbat, which we come to a grinding halt from our behavior. Any foolishness going on in our lives, we got to stop it, knock it off, kids. Because our big daddy's watching over us, and every so often, when he hears too much ruckus being raised in the room, he's going to knock on the door and say, "Hey, kids, hey, it's bedtime. Go to bed. You know, wake up and sleep right." So we have to listen to our Father in heaven, who gives us the Shabbat day to get our attention fully. We're going to get into that in just a second. But above all, top priority, my Sabbaths you must keep. And the Sabbaths include every weekly Sabbath, the 52 of them. And then there are at least 7 Shabbatot, which are the Moedim, the appointed times of Yah, which are listed in Leviticus 23. Okay? And again, we see the chain of command, which we've been teaching on our Wednesday midweek midrash with regards to the Aaronic benediction. Yah speaks to Moshe, and he says, "Speak to your sons and speak to the congregation." So it's like chain of command being done. So Yah speaks to Moshe, speaks to us. Above all, my Shabbatot you shall keep, for it is a sign. The sign of Shabbat is a covenant sign between us and Yah, that we meet on level ground, on a very specific time and space. That's what a moed is. It's an appointed time. And Leviticus 23 lists the Shabbat as the first of all the Sabbaths. The second, coming up, is going to be Pesach into Hag HaMatzot, the Feast of Unleavened Breads, and that's coming up very soon. Okay, it's a sign. Sneeze. Excuse me. Sneeze coming up. Okay, I spared you from the full impact of that minor hurricane. It is a sign between me and you throughout your generations. In other words, there's no expiration date. There's no time when we don't do it. Okay? So that's setting that in motion. 7 is also the sign of the continuous action, continuous motion, where the ethics of Yah are being taught, where we are learning, we are improving, we are moving forward. And it's all good. It's all tov for our betterment. It's the spoonful of sugar that helps the medicine go down. We need to see the change in our lives is essential, and then we come to embrace his truth and his how wonderful he is. And let's see. Oh, anyway, Gorival, good to see you guys. Oh man. I hate the fact that we get all these people on there and we got to cut off in about 5 minutes. We should take over and we be the unity center. Anyway, no, just kidding. Okay, so it is a sign between me and you. It's the umbilical cord. It's the uniting factor between two parties, that we may know. If we do this, we may know for a fact that Yah is the one who is sanctifying us. It's no longer guesswork. It is a surety. If we do this, we know that it is He who sanctifies. It's not just, you know, thinking that it's a good thing to do, although it is. It is He that plants that bee in our bonnet and helps us to move forward and to embrace His truth, to embrace His reality as our reality. We need to be on that same plane of thinking. We must walk as Yah walks, and we must think as He thinks, and acknowledge if something's a little smelly, doesn't pass the smell test. We're told to prove all things, to test all things, right? And so let's do that. Let us be faithful to do that. That's from second. That's from First Thessalonians 5:21. Okay. Dokimazo. Prove, test. Hold on. Hold fast to that which is good. Yep. What's going on here? Yeah, I know. The changing of the spring ahead, fall behind, which I've known since I was a kid going to school in the pitch dark, or anyway. So that's man's timing. It's always confusing, and it doesn't really benefit anybody by doing that. But before I get ahead of myself, we go to Isaiah 58, verse 13 and 14, as we do each week, as our weekly reminder of Shabbat. And this is Yah speaking through Yeshayahu Hanavi, the great prophet Isaiah. It says, if you turn away your foot from the Shabbat, in other words, we're walking on our way and we forget, oh, wait, it's Shabbat, turn away. We don't do our normal routine. And it says, and from doing your pleasure on my holy day, and if we are to call the Sabbath a delight, and the holy day of Yahuwah, the holy day, which is the delightful Sabbath, if we call it honorable, then we honor Him, the giver of the gift, and the gift are of the same quality. You know, if we had somebody give us a gift, blesses us with something nice, and it really makes an impact in our life, that gift and the giver of that, oh, that's what Aunt Christine gave us, back in 1984. That was wonderful, and then we always think highly of Aunt Christine. It's the gift and the giver are one and the same, and the gift makes us different. It makes us more selective, makes us more unique and distinct, and the receiver and the giver are equally, just like we talked about in the past few times about art. An artist is great, but he only gets validation and acceptance once he makes a connection with somebody. And that somebody might say, I can't draw, I can't play any piano, but if you're touched by a piece of art, by a piece of by music, by a poem, by a story, it becomes part of you. So you're the one who validates the artist, and you are equally artistic in your appreciation as well as the one who concocts and delivers it with the talent they have. You receive it with the talent you have. So the hearer of the word becomes the doer of the word, because we accept it. We accept the challenge. We accept the desire of Yah for us to walk with Him, walk before us, and be complete and be perfect in that idea. If we do it long enough, we will see things change to the positive. So, okay, we call the Shabbat a delight, the holy day of Yahuwah honorable, and shall honor Him. Okay, well, how do we do that? It's by not doing your ways, nor finding your own pleasures, nor speaking your own words. That's pretty tough. How do we do that? By then you shall delight yourself, and only then you shall delight yourself in Yahuwah. So once we set Shabbat apart, it is a distinct day. He gets all of our attention. We speak of Him, we speak about Him, we speak of His goodness, and we fellowship in the unity of the Ruach. And what happens then? Then we will then we will ride on the high hills of the earth, and He will feed us with the rich heritage of Yaakov, aka Yisrael, our father. And then he concludes the matter by saying, the mouth of Yahuwah has spoken. Boom. Case closed. Next. He's the judge. He is the Shofet Hagadol, the great judge. And he states the case. This isn't the way I'm suggesting. This is the way it is. And any parent at one point in the life of their children has to say, look, Sadie, I know you like this. I know you like that. But this is the way it's going to be. This is the way. And there's plenty of time to appreciate the other things. But this is the way. This is the foundation. And from here you can operate. From here you can function. But it's not Sadie's world. It is the world of Yah. Oh man, I'm trying to see what Colin's little logo is there. Hard to see that. But again, in the middle of all this, in the midst, we celebrate next Wednesday being the fourth day of the week, being the first day of the new months. And that middle of the week, that Yah is in the midst of us. The Lord thy Yah in the midst of thee is mighty. He is the pupil of our eye. He is the tree of life in the midst of the garden. He's in the midst of our heart, in the midst of our thinking, the midst of our thinking, heart and mind. And we have to have them in balance. Otherwise, we act irrationally or overly emotionally, and or too cold and clinical facts rather than revealing the facts in a way that speaks truth and love and light. So we need to have a balance in our lives, and Shabbat helps us to absorb the end of the week and to begin spring us forward for Yom Echad starting tomorrow. So it is good. Tov, 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 tov metzion. And always remember Isaiah 58 and also Isaiah 56 for those who say, well, I can't possibly be part of the covenant. And I got to do a teaching on that because that's an overlooked passage in which all peoples will honor Yah and not forsake Torah or forsake the Shabbat or make it something awful. Mix it with the ways of the world. We got to make sure that it is distinct, even as we are distinct, that our words are words of clarity, words that build and don't destroy unless we're destroying preconceived false conditions. In that case, you know, let knock them down. But again, this day we're living in, we have a lot of things going on with wars, rumors of wars, and the like. But we've been warned that. We've been warned that. But pray for the brethren. Pray for those who are experiencing the hardships, and just seeing some of these things that are going on today, the violence, the foolishness, the brainwashing, and it's just sad. It's crazy. It's dozebazzo, as my Italian friend once said, dozebazzo. But Yah gives us reason. He gives us purpose. He gives us rational answers to our thinking, and they're absolute. The mouth of Yah has spoken, and rather than haggle, we accept it. Yes, it is. It is true, or yet it is false. It is what it is, and that is from you. Your instruction will guide us and protect us and illuminate us. So that's the point of Shabbat, and that's what we do. And it's got another minute or two, and I'm just so happy to see so many folk out there. I'm so reluctant to stop this, but we'll all join hopefully with the Yadi broadcast, and I'll be speaking along with Shaliach Moshe, and we'll get some good stuff, and we do this once every 4 or 5 weeks to show that there is unity and that we're all on the same page and that we're supportive of each other, and that we're fulfilling the commandment, we're fulfilling the purpose to love Yah with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love our neighbors ourselves, and fulfill the Torah. All of Torah, all of instruction are based on those two, and they hang from that. Anyway, amen, amen. Okay, so again, I thank you for joining us for this day, and well, I don't apologize for its brevity because we're going to complete the mission of today. But again, remember that this is leading us to next Wednesday, which is the fourth day of the week, which was the beginning of our months, the beginning of our year, the Rosh Hashanah, the Rosh Chodesh, and I'm sure you're going to see some good teachings around the world. We put our best foot forward here on last Sabbath, and we have other teachings of the previous weeks. We have if you go back in our vault, you'll also see episodes 67 and 68 are both Aviv focused teachings. So we got a lot of stuff in the vault, and the last week was an additional fresh manna from a different perspective, which I think was very interesting. And again today, So we have all these opportunities to come together and drink to the good times that we had this past year, and for the future going forward, that we're going to improve and we're going to continue to focus and be of a teachable mindset and move forward and accept the great things of Yah. And in doing so, we grow and we get greater strength. So again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This Wednesday evening, we'll still have our uh, uh, regular broadcast of our midweek midrash, in which we're doing the Aaronic benediction. I believe we're up to verse 25 of that chapter in Bamidbar in the wilderness. So please join us there. And then the next week, we'll have our regular full service at 11 a.m., where we will once again uh, entice you to join us. Okay, so in the meantime, we say Shabbat Shalom as we move forward and go in the join the bigger group. Okay, so we say Shabbat Shalom and Lehitraot. We will see you soon. And again, thank you so much for tuning in with us this morning. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and be well. And Shalom, Shalom. We'll see you shortly. Take care now.